Welcome back, guys, to a new episode, and Bitcoin is again dropping like crazy right now. We are only losing $400 and the whole market is going to shit. And I want to show you today how low we can potentially go, where I believe we're gonna bounce from, and what are my targets to the downside and to the upside. And I have, of course, prepared a lot of interesting charts for you today, so definitely stick around here so that you will get all the information that you need to be prepared for what's coming. And make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell to never miss out on these important updates. And now let's directly jump into this. So here on the 4-hourly chart, what we can observe is that first of all, that we have a bullish structure, even though the price is dropping. We have here a falling broadening wedge. And we can clearly see that this is a falling broadening wedge because we are creating lower highs, which are creating this downwards trending resistance line that we are seeing. And we are creating also lower lows here along this line, everywhere lower lows. So first, I want to give you the good news. The good news is a falling broadening wedge at some point breaks really nicely to the upside and has an explosive move afterwards. We would come down even lower, and then so you get the picture. So and then at some point we're then starting to break here with a really strong move here to the upside out of it. So, but as you can see, this can still go on for quite some days here. So if you had to ask me, this can go on for at least another 3-4 days before the Bitcoin price might break out of that structure. So, and another reason for this is Bitcoin has to find a strong support level like the one down here that we were just in to bounce from. So we got a strong reaction from that. So what I would like to see now is that we create a higher low, higher than the previous one here. When we close for today, let's say we would do around 26K, and then after tomorrow we do 26,600, and then we get slowly out of that broadening wedge. So that would be absolutely fine. But the question, of course, is this what we're gonna get? You know, so there's one thing wishful thinking, the other thing is getting what you want. You know, so but an indication could be here the support level that we are sitting on right now. If that holds, then chances are high that we see a bounce from there, and that bounce can lead to a breakout out of the structure to the upside to around $28,000 in my opinion. I'm still really cautious here with upwards predictions for now, because the market is looking really weak right now. And what I wanted to look at also is the volume. So yesterday's volume was quite okay for the bounce back to the upside, almost as high as the move to the downside. That looks actually a little bit manipulated from either side. Both sides look manipulated because almost the same size on the way down and on the way up. So you don't normally have that in a move like that. So also today here, that looks kind of fine. But yeah, I would like to see another spike as high as this one here yesterday, where we went from $25,200 all the way up to $27,400 approximately. I would like to see a volume spike like this on the next bounce to the upside that breaks out of that falling wedge structure. So when it comes to a trade position, I would take a trade. I would start entering a trade around here, that level, almost $27,000. That would be a good moment to enter a long position. So if you risk at worst, you can also enter when we drop back into this range down here. So, but that would be for me high risk. I would not trade with a lot of money from there. You can scale into your position a little bit more once we are breaking $27,400. But down here in that area, I would not enter with a lot of money. But you can start from there and scale into your position, as I just said. And then my immediate short-term target would be the top of the falling broadening wedge, 28,000. Is it $456? So now, if you would take the trade from here, that is almost a 5.5% move. Imagine 20x leverage, 110% on that specific move here. So of course, if you go somewhere from here, from that range, it's 9% to 8% in that kind of range. But again, you have to know if you want to take that kind of risk on. My stop loss, if I would enter here, my stop loss would be just under this downward sloping line. So my stop loss would become kind of like here, that level. So you see my stop loss would be really small, would be like even less than 1%, I think. So with 20x leverage would be like minus 15%, something like this. So in my opinion, absolutely fine. And then you have enough space to the upside. Guys, don't forget, if you want to trade somewhere, do it on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 absolutely for free if you sign up with my link, but only with my link you will be able to get this bonus. So, and also if you want to learn how to trade, sign up here for my trading and mentorship course. The course will be online next week with the pricing and everything, but you can pre-register already and you will be the first one to be able to join my new program. Now let's move on here. Here on the daily chart, also something really dangerous what I see right now, and that is a potential descending triangle. Again, we have here along this downward sloping line, lower highs, and then we have here equal lows. So even though just 2 touch points, but if we get a third one, that could be the last one that we get before we break it to the downside. For a downwards target, yeah, downwards target 20,700. Quite unlikely that we get there, but yeah, that's what it shows. Something else that I want to point out here, these two dotted lines here, the red one and the blue one, the 50 and the 200 EMA, the blue one is the 200, the red is the 50. You can see how we get here rejected over and over right now from the 50 to reclaim that, because then we are full-fledged in an uptrend and in a bullish movement here for the price. And the longer we get squeezed in between, the lower the 50 will come down and eventually give us a death cross at some point. And that could drive the price down to actually $20,000. But only if that would be happening. Right now, I still don't see this happening. There's still a lot of bullishness in this in the market and in the structure of Bitcoin. But yeah, if that would be changing, that would be really bad. The first sign for that would be, for me, if this dotted upwards trending line here would be broken, because that's the uptrend that is holding us right now. As you can see, it goes here all the way back from last year. So if we lose that line, that will be for me the line in the sand where I say, okay, now I have to get out everything, because the market is 100% turning on the daily time frame, and then it will spill over in all other time frames too. And of course, that will be really bad. And then we will definitely also break here this horizontal neckline of this descending triangle. As long as we stay above that line, we are technically still good, but we have also this, actually let me make this line another color, this legacy trend line coming from the all-time high, which is a resistance line. So, and this one needs also to be broken rather sooner than later to move the whole market again to the upside. So the longer we stay under it, the higher the risk that we get rejected from here and go lower, which we don't want to see. So to break this, we have to get over $28,100. So, and yeah, for that, we definitely need a reset. And so of the indicators, when I look, for example, stochastic RSI, there we still need a day or two before this is fully resetted. But it doesn't look all too bad, I must admit. And maybe we can find a divergence here. Let's have a quick look. There's a divergence to be spotted. No, there's no divergence right now. Here on the RSI, on the daily, unfortunately, no divergence. So we can only wait for a stochastic to come down. So, but let me look at this again. No, yeah. Also, you see here the momentum is going to the downside into bearish territory. If we can just get a little bit lower, we would be oversold. That would be good, because then we definitely get a bounce. But we definitely need, look at this, for some bullish momentum to come above 51.36. So that would be really good here, because if you look here from here, once we were above that, we got here this whole move to the upside to 30K, and then we went under it again. Then we got a little bit over it again, got another pump. So you see a lot of pumps are actually coming from being above 51. Also here, this pump also above 51. So we definitely want to see the RSI entering 51.36% area on the scale to get another pump here. But as long as we are underneath it, it's not really bullish at all for us. So here on the 4-hourly chart, so that is the 1-hourly chart. There was not much to say, but here on the 4-hourly chart, so here also clearly the point of control on the VPVR is the area to retake, also on the short term, to get here into higher levels. So you can clearly see how we got perfectly rejected here from that area on the VPVR, and we dropped off here. Yeah, even the longest bar. So I have to go now a little bit here to the side to find the next one. So you see we are entering really dangerous territory by dropping into this void here on the VPVR, where we could drop all the way down to $24,700. So for now, it doesn't look like it. But if the bulls are not stepping in really quickly, this might be a scenario that we need to keep in mind. So, and the first warning sign for that would be losing $26,200. So we are $300 away. If we lose that level, I might go really heavily short here. Then on the DXY, also what we see, the DXY was dropping today. Now it is going up a little bit again. And that was the reason why Bitcoin was actually going down and taking the whole crypto market with it, which we did not want to see. So as long as this downward sloping resistance line is holding, things are looking good that this shitcoin will go lower, and on the other side will pump the market to the upside, and that is what we actually want to see here. So, and also the neckline of this big W pattern has not broken because of this downward sloping resistance line, and that is also what we want to see. We don't want this to be broken, because then the dollar is strong and all risk on assets will drop dramatically. When we look at the Bitcoin dominance, that is also something that it's kind of like okay, so it's in this resistance area of 48. So we got basically here only a fake out. And with yesterday's Bitcoin pump, the dominance was moving heavily up, but today it's dropping a little bit. But it's not reflecting a lot right now in the altcoins. When I'm looking at the altcoins, I see only red on most of my watch lists. But that has to do with the strength of the dollar going up. I still hope that we lose some strength here in the dollar today, that it goes lower. But if not, then then today was just a red day in the market. Guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments, do you think there's more pain coming, or is the worst over and will we go only up from here? That is something that I would like to know. And make sure that you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll see you then again tomorrow.